The life of Buddha. By the 5th century before Christ, the Aryan invaders of India had already pushed beyond the Punjab far into the plains and were settled in villages and little kingdoms along the valley of the Ganges. One of the Aryan tribes, the Shakyas, was established at Kapilavastu, about 100 miles northeast of the city of Benares and 30 or 40 miles south of the Himalayas. They were an agricultural people whose livelihood depended mainly on rice and cattle. The Raja of the Shakyas was Shuddhodana, to whom were married the two daughters of the Raja of a neighboring tribe, the Kolians. Both were childless until in her 45th year the elder became the mother of a boy, herself dying 7 days afterwards. The boy's family name was Gautama, and the name of Siddhartha was afterward given to him. Gautama was early married to his cousin Yashodhara, the daughter of the Raja of Koli, and lived happily with her, free from the knowledge of care or want. In his 29th year, as the result of 4 visions of age, illness, death, and lastly of dignified retreat from the world, or in some more normal way, the problem of suffering was suddenly and impressively set before him. Filled with the thought of the insecurity of all happiness and with grief at the suffering of others, he felt a growing unrest and dissatisfaction with the vanity of life. And when 10 years after his marriage a son was born to him, he only felt that there was one more tie to be broken before he could leave his guarded world to seek a solution for the deep problems of life and a way of escape from the suffering that seemed inevitably associated with it. The same night, when all were asleep, he left the palace, taking only his horse with him and attended only by his charioteer Channa. He had hoped for the last time to hold his son in his arms, but finding him asleep with Yashodhara, feared to wake the mother, and so turned away forever from all that he loved most to become a homeless wanderer. Truly, it is danger and hardship, and not safety or happiness, that lure men to great deeds. Gautama attached himself in turn to various Brahman hermits at Rajgriha in the Vindhyan hills. Then, dissatisfied with their teaching, he endeavored by solitary penance in the forest, after the manner of Brahman ascetics, to attain superhuman power and insight. But after enduring the most severe privations and practicing self-mortification with the greatest determination for a long period, he found himself no nearer to enlightenment, though he acquired great reputation as a saint. Then he abandoned this life and again took regular food. He sacrificed this reputation and his disciples deserted him. The temptation. In this time of loneliness and failure, there came to him the great temptation, symbolically described as presented to him by Mara, the evil one, in the form of material temptation and assault. Unvanquished, however, Gautama wandered along the banks of the river Niranjara and took his seat under a bo tree, and there received a simple meal from the hands of Sujata, daughter of a neighboring villager, who at first mistook him for a sylvan deity. During the day he sat there, still assailed by doubt and the temptation to return to his home. But as the day wore on, his mind seemed to grow clearer and clearer, his doubts vanished, a great peace came over him as the significance of all the things made itself apparent. So day and night passed till by the dawn came perfect knowledge. Gautama became Buddha, the enlightened. With perfect enlightenment, there came upon the Buddha a sense of great isolation. How could it be possible to share this wisdom with men less wise, less earnest than himself? Was it likely that he could persuade any of the truth of a doctrine of self-salvation by self-restraint and love without any reliance upon such rituals or theologies as men everywhere and all times lean upon. Such isolation comes to all great leaders, but love and pity for humanity determined the Buddha at all hazard of misunderstanding or failure to preach the truth he had seen. The Buddha accordingly proceeded to Benares to turn the wheel of the law, that is, to set rolling the chariot wheel of a universal empire of truth and righteousness. He established himself in the deep path near Benares and thought at first his doctrine was not well received. It was not long before it was accepted by his old disciples and many others. Some became his personal followers, others became lay disciples without leaving the household life. Amongst those who accepted his teaching were his father and mother and wife and son. After a ministry lasting 45 years, during which he preached the new doctrines in Kapilavastu and the neighboring states and established an order of Buddhist monks and also, though reluctantly, an order of nuns, the Buddha passed away or entered into nirvana, surrounded by his mournful disciples. The teaching of Buddha, the Noble Eightfold Path, right view. The right way to think about life is to see the world through the eyes of the Buddha with wisdom and compassion. Right thought. We are what we think. Clear and kind thoughts build good, strong characters. Right speech. By speaking kind and helpful words, we are respected and trusted by everyone. Right conduct. No matter what we say, others know us from the way we behave. Before we criticize others, we should first see what we do ourselves. Right livelihood. This means choosing a job that does not hurt others. The Buddha said, do not earn your living by harming others. Do not seek happiness by making others unhappy. Right effort. A worthwhile life means doing our best at all times and having goodwill toward others. This also means not wasting effort on things that harm ourselves and others. Right mindfulness. This means being aware of our thoughts, words, and deeds. Right concentration. Focus on one thought or object at a time. By doing this, we can be quiet and attain true peace of mind.